Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the next video of Euclids geometry. Introduction to Euclids geometry. We started off with axioms in yesterday's class. We have already learned 3 axioms along with some examples. I have also asked you to send some examples as homework about the 3 axioms that you have understood. We'll continue with axiom number 4 and try to finish all the 4 axioms in today's class. Totally there are 7 axioms and you should remember all the 7 axioms, okay? Along with examples, of course. So axiom number 4 tells things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Now what does it mean? If there are two things that coincide with one another. Now the meaning of coinciding is, example, if I have one marker and another marker which is just exactly the same, and both the things come like this and they cross over each other like this, that is coinciding. And now after coinciding, if they look exactly equal, right, length is same, everything is same, then I can say that one marker is equal to another marker. I hope you have understood. Things that coincide with one another, coincide completely one upon the other, then those two things are said to be equal to each other. Okay? To understand, if I have a line of 4 centimeter, another line of 4 centimeter. Let me call the first line as AB, the second line as CD. Can I tell AB is equal to CD? And why? Because AB is also same and CD is also 4 centimeter. That means if I try to place CD upon AB, it will be exactly same. To understand better, take 2 scales, 15 centimeter normal scale that you will use in your geometry box. Keep one scale on the other. Can you say first scale is equal to second scale? Definitely yes, because they are completely coinciding. That is the meaning of axiom number 4. Axiom number 5, the whole is greater than the part. Again, example, if I take an apple and if I cut this apple into 4 parts, usually we cut like that, and if I just take one piece, now one piece of apple would be greater or the whole apple will be greater? Of course the whole apple will be greater. That is the meaning of whole is greater than the part. Always whenever you have something and if you just take out a piece of that, that smaller piece will be smaller than the whole part. So even in the case of apple here, if you cut out the apple into 4 equal parts and if you just take out one piece, the whole apple will be greater or just one piece will be greater? Definitely the whole apple will be greater. So that is the meaning of axiom number 5. Axiom number 6. Things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. If I have things that are double of the same thing, example, if I have one marker and if I have 2 more markers exactly double, so what is the double of 1? 1 plus 1 will be 2, double. That means I can say that these are equal. If I have 2 markers, what is the double of 2? 4. So I can say that they are also equal. So what we are trying to say in this axiom is things which are double of the same thing are equal to one another. That means if I have one thing and if I have same thing present exactly double, then those things can be said as equal. Example, if I have one apple and what is the double of one apple? 2 apples. So I can say that they are equal. If I have 5 apples, what is the double of 5? 10. 10 apples. So 5 apples and 10 apples can be exactly equal. And how they can be equal? Because they are exactly double. Only when the word is double, it means they are equal. Same thing holds good for axiom number 7. Things which are half of the same thing are equal to one another. Halves. Half means half, right? HALF is singular, HALVS is halves is plural. So things which are halves of the same thing are equal to one another. That means if I have one apple and if I cut exactly half of that apple, right? And now if I join 2 halves, what will happen? I get one complete apple. So even if I have half, exactly half, and if I join one more half with it, that means we will get back the same complete apple that we first had. So things which are half of the same thing are equal to one another. That means if I have one thing and if I make two exact half of the same thing, those two halves are equal to that complete thing we had. I repeat, example, if I have an apple and if I cut that one complete apple into two exact halves, so those two halves that I am going to get now will be equal to one complete apple. That is the meaning of axiom number 7. So today's homework will also be very similar to yesterday's. I want you to write down all the 4 axioms, continue it in your classwork, and then in homework write down your own examples for all the 4 axioms, at least 2 examples for each, and then submit it on the Google Classroom app. In tomorrow's class we'll be starting something called as postulates. So axioms we've completed today. We'll start with postulates. Thank you for watching the video and let me know if there are any doubts.